So from the lyrics to your own personal shaping of your talent, as you explore yourself as an artist, because you're continually evolving and growing, what do you do now, Al, to continue to shape your talent? To explore yourself as an artist?
Stay open. Listen to the band. The band will take you places where you've never been if you listen to the band, you know,
Pushing
and
your
let them,
talent.
yes, and let them be the catalyst. Let the band be the inspiration for things, because they're always saying things that can take you places where you've never been. I depend a lot on producers to hear things in me that I may not hear, to suggest some things that I might want, some directions I might want to go in. Paul Brown, my new producer, has been brilliant at that. Jay Graydon, a producer during the middle '80s, who's really in large part responsible for me developing that crossover audience, heard things in my voice and in what I do that was very instrumental in whatever has happened to me.
I hear Al Jarreau. I hear soul. I hear imagination. I hear technique. Talk about blending the three together. You do it so well.
Well, you know what? I came out of this tradition that I kind of learned from older brothers, and it has and other older brothers and other jazzers. That ought to be a chapter in the book.
That's it.
Having to do with allowing the moment to happen. I had older brothers who would walk down the street with me, and we'd be going to church or to the store, and clap, clap, clap. This is me and my little brother imitating an older brother, and finding out that it could be just fun and improvised, and that there was a whole school of people doing this, and falling in love with that approach to things and letting that get inside the music. If it's soulful, if it is Elton John's Your Song or James Taylor's Fire and Rain, songs of other people that I recorded early on. One day I'll do a version of, I hope she doesn't get crazed with my saying this, of Joni Mitchell's Marcy or Cactus Tree. And it's not going to be a crazy jazzy version of it. It's going to be just a respectful version of it that involves, you know, my approach to those wonderful pieces of music.
Distinguishing quality, but there's definitely something, a uniqueness, when you hear Al Jarreau. I want you to speak to your own uniqueness.
Oh, well, that's what we're talking about. It's this thing that I feel in performing a song that has to do with finding the way to change the phrase so that it's mine.
Bend it.
Yeah,
and
bending
put your own style, your own signature.
Right, right. And sometimes that is to add to it a percussive to the phrase, or to add something that's like a Morning, Mr. Radio. Something like that to the phrase that people go, oh wow, that sounds like a Jarreau phrase.
But you know, though, Al, you prove to everybody that your voice truly is an instrument. You know how, like, you'll hear many vocalists say, my voice is my instrument. You really prove that your voice is an instrument.
Well, yeah.
It's true. And with that said, let me ask you this. The essence of being a singer for you is what?
I don't know if there's any one essence. There are all kinds of essences in
Just a potpourri
all
of
kinds
essence.
of essences. There's the essence of the lyric. There's the essence of the turn phrase, Lich. There's the essence of finding a piece of music that really expresses something in a wonderfully unusual way, or being part of the writing on a piece of music of that sort, and then the essence of finding those rhythms and those melodies and harmonies that make the song just really speak to the
Breathe life
listener.
into it.
That's exactly it. Breathing life into the song so that it speaks to them in such a way that is compelling.
Yes.
Compelling. Can't turn away because the song is just gets inside the listener.
They get immersed in it, just
Yeah.
as you do.
Yeah.
When you listen to your body of work in retrospect, what thoughts flood your mind?
God, I'm slow.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so slow. There's so much more. So much more. I've been talking about a trio record, maybe upright bass, piano, bass, drums, for years. You know what my record company said to my manager a month ago? Said, "Do you think Al would want to do a trio record soon? It's so opposite of what I would expect them to be saying these days, because you know that's not what Jarreau is doing. You know Jarreau."
But would you want to entertain that idea?
Sorry?
Would you want to entertain that idea?
Well, I've been talking about doing that forever and ever, along with doing a big band record. I want to do a big band record, man. Got to do a big band record, and a trio record, and a Brazilian record, and just a lot of projects. I'm slow. I need to do a lot more recording. I got to speed it up, Lich.
No, not at all. Let me tell you something. You really are. You're just a. I mean, when you think about, if I liken it to water, I mean, what you've already accomplished in terms of your body of water, you've just filled the reservoir with all of your discs, but you're also just putting your toes in
some areas, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've been doing an orchestra symphony program for 5 years. That needs to be recorded. I'm just slow, and I've got to go a little.
There's just so much more.
Oh, you're too nice.
No, Al, when you stop and think about it, I mean, you know, geographically speaking, there's just so much more landscape for you to cover yet.
Yeah, there's stuff to do.